You are live.
I hope you can hear it, internet, because sometimes it's all right.
We're live.
It's a really really vibey night, I feel like. Yes, it's very vibey tonight. I hope you can hear it, internet.
Oh wait, sorry, that's me. I'm doing it on a loop. I'm sorry, I have this on a loop.
Wow.
Here we go. Pick them up.
Not even Mikey.
I'm in Jersey, baby. We pump fists, not gas. All right. Okay. I thought I was fading it out, but I was starting it over. So I just shut it off.
Hard cut.
Yeah,
I just cut it off. Well, I got to tell you, I'm a little stoned and a little overwhelmed, but I'm very happy to be here. My name is Paul Gutkowski. This is God Ween Evan. For those of you who have never been a part of the program, here always is with Katie Hartman.
Aye, aye, Captain. Is that what we say?
Yeah, that's exactly
well, what do you have to say for yourself, Nunziata?
Arg. Did
you clean up the bridge? Like it's not a part of the boat?
This is my Russian sailor shirt, but when I wear it, it's a little tighter on the belly, and I feel like the Hamburglar.
You look like a character from Popeye.
Yeah.
Dos vidania, Nunziata.
Dos vidania.
All right. Well, what are we doing?
Paul, so this is God Ween Evan. We started as a podcast. We still are a podcast. And it's about friendship, love, and the band Ween. And today, because we're all in quarantine for the last, 7 weeks, 8 weeks now?
8 weeks.
We've been doing a weekly live show. Can you believe it's been 8 weeks? And today we decided to do the fans episode, because if it wasn't for everyone out there who listens or watches, we would just be around a table talking to ourselves. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And today is your day to shine. We can't wait to see you and talk to you. And we have 1,000 people in this Zoom call that you're about
3,000, I think.
Yeah.
We had to turn them away.
Oh yeah. We had a bouncer out front, and we were like, you kick out the bad ones. And he's like, there's only good ones. We're like, well, let them in.
Yeah.
Those are the instructions we gave to the bouncer.
How's everybody feeling?
You know, I could be done with this. I know I'm the only one feeling that. I know everyone else is like, give us 8 more weeks, because that's what we need. It feels, yeah. I live near Greenwood Cemetery, and I had a really nice walk today by myself, surrounded by famous and not famous dead people in New York City. That was really nice. It was a beautiful day. Also, I would love to hug somebody who's not my boyfriend. No offense.
Yeah. Hey, because he's he's one of the more huggable sons of bitches you'll ever meet.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what he's saying. But yeah, that's to me is a big one, Katie Hartman. My good friend Carl called to stop by. He pulled a pop-in. I had no idea he was coming. He called me on the phone and said, hey, come outside. I'm here to pick you up for the fish show, which was a callback from last summer when I made him drive from Cape May up to where my parents lived to pick me up, then just to drive back to Camden, New Jersey, which is much closer to Cape May. And so he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, good one. I remember that joke. And then he's like, I'm like, fucking come outside. And I went outside and he was there. And he came around back and we had a beer, 2 beers. And then he left, and I wanted to hug him so bad. That's all I wanted to do is hug him. I felt very fortunate. We haven't hung out with anyone for 8 weeks. I haven't seen another, like a friend.
Yeah, I had a socially distant walk in Prospect Park with Sarah Peel, good friend Sarah Peel.
Friend of the program.
But I had to in my brain before I saw her, run through meeting her beforehand. and be like, don't hug her in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm down at my in-laws here in Savannah still. And yesterday they had a very casual block party, meaning it's just a bunch of people sitting in a circle in like chairs. Everyone's 8 feet apart. But this community that they're in is like a golf community, and it's a very older community. So there was me and Shraddha and Orlando, my son, were by far the youngest people. And we were talking to a 90.
You got to watch out for syphilis down there, Will.
Yeah.
These
definitely.
active living communities, big STIs.
Yeah, and if you have an open marriage and you do have sex with other people, wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up, Will.
That's great advice to have.
You
and that's good advice for
go.
everybody. So we have, I don't know, 20-something people in the waiting room. Let's bring in somebody that we love. Mikey's going to surprise us with who he pops in. We don't know how this is going to work or if it's going to work. Mikey, do your magic.
All right. We're going to start off. There's no science to this. So we're going, I guess, alphabetical. Ashton Freeman coming in right now.
Boy.
Look at this.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. It is so nice to see your face.
It's so good to see you guys too. It's like that's why I love Zoom. Like I love video calls, and like actually being able to like see everybody is like so great. I'm so thankful that we live in this time. You know, it's awesome.
I know. Can you imagine being in like 1918 with the Spanish flu and only just
no, fuck that. Like
it would take like 6 weeks to get a response from like you're writing letter.
I mean, that being said, like we probably wouldn't know each other, which would be sad because we wouldn't have I mean, what band would we all be connected by in 1918?
It would be what, a big band in 1918? Is that that's before big band?
Benny Cooper.
Maybe
I think that's probably the
It'd be like
that was on the Titanic.
it'd be like marching band music. I think we would all follow a marching band leader.
Oh man, did you ever see that Mr. Show sketch with like it doesn't matter, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
How have you been doing, Ashton? What have you been doing with your time?
Well, I just finished school like a week ago. While we were like doing online stuff, and I just got my grades back, and I'm at like a 3.5. So that's
Congrats.
That's Golden Key National Honor Society, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird transitioning to online, and you know, it was still okay. I managed it. There's a lot that's up in the air school wise. Like they don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening. Like most of my stuff is still there. It's still on campus, and
Yeah.
they have not told me when I can come and get it. So
sorry. Is everyone okay? Is everyone all right?
Jeez, Hartman.
So sorry. I'm allergic to wine.
Ow.
Sorry, Ashton. Yeah.
Katie and I were talking about online like learning and teaching today, actually.
Yeah, because I teach comedy. I teach a college comedy class
What's gone, but
online, and the second semester was insane. Wait, do you have clothes on? Yeah, good.
Teaching comedy, take them off, DC. Teaching comedy in general is so hard, and then to do it online is like to be able to. But it's been. I've actually found, we were talking as we were saying earlier. Like I've actually found there's like you can do a lot of cool shit with online within Zoom, and we use Google Meets for the kids I teach. And it's like, we've done a lot of cool shit, a lot of great writing. And yeah. Do people show up for is it mostly in like, you have to do it on your own, or is there like actual like Zoom lecture or like breakout shit?
yeah, for the most part, I mean, well, actually for all of the part, like the classes, like the Zoom meetings were scheduled for the times that class would be. So like, you just pop into the Zoom meeting whenever your class would be. And then, most of the people showed up. There was one kid who just kind of dropped off entirely as soon as we got online. Like he just did not get on any of the calls. And we're just like, okay, I guess he's not here anymore. But
I think it's a little hard for a lot of people to adjust. I don't know what I would have done. I would have been like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
Ashton, are you a junior or a senior?
well, now I'm going to be a senior.
Okay, so you have to go back. So you have one year left.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ashton, you been writing any music or playing any music?
I've been writing a little bit. I haven't been writing as much as I should.
No shoulds,
No
shoulds,
shoulds.
Ashton.
No
It's a very
shoulds.
dangerous word. Forget about shoulds.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I do beat myself up about it because I'm like, I should be creative during this time because like this is the
Yeah.
time and like, but you know, I've written things and you know, I'm working on it. I have a lot of like, you know, like lines here and there, and I've just been trying to find the time to, you know, like bridge it together. Yeah. I've mostly been like looking for jobs. I've just been trying to, you know, apply anywhere that I can pretty much because like I need money.
Yeah.
What?
And yeah. So that's pretty
And
much.
how's the family? How's your boyfriend? Everybody good?
Yeah, he's good. We're hanging, you know. He's at work. He's an essential worker. He works in medical weed. So he'll work.
For all of us.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that that's considered essential.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great that it's considered essential, but then there's also a lot of federal level stuff that could make it even better, but it won't be because it's not, you know.
Yeah.
Stupid. You know, but yeah, so he's I mean, he doesn't get home till 1 a.m. He works late and he's working like overtime now with hazard pay and whatever. But yeah, I'm glad he's working. And I just want to, you know, not be in the house all day is the main thing. So I want to
Yeah.
but things are good, you know. We're like really in the middle of nowhere, so like corona hasn't really been a thing here. Like it's been, you know, obviously we've still been taking precautions, but like I think there's still only like 30 cases confirmed in our county. Like
Wow.
Great.
yeah, we're like, you know, deep in PA. So like we've still been wearing masks and sanitizing and everything, and there's still a lot of precautions in place, but like, you know, it hasn't been that much different from what I was doing before, you know, like
Yeah.
That's actually how my parents are like super reclusive and like they don't, and they're older and they have underlying health shit. So they're really hunkered down, but it's not that different than they could sit they both read and hang out and watch TV all day and all night. And they don't need much, which is kind of sweet, but it's also like, I'm like, how you guys doing? Like, oh, great. We had Omaha steaks delivered.
yeah.
And my mom said, there's going to be a meat shortage. And I was like, Mom, are you working for Omaha Steaks? What's happening? My mom gave me like two or three like hard sells in consecutive conversations about why I should get involved with Omaha Steaks.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm gonna force the issue because we have so many
We
awesome
gotta go.
people
Yeah.
on
Sorry,
deck.
Mikey, we gotta go.
No. Omaha Steaks talk is fantastic. I'm bringing in Joey Husafudge right now.
Yeah. No, I meant Mikey. Yeah, do whatever you got to do to make sure.
No, this on deck lineup is amazing.
Okay.
Oh, right. Joey.
Joey, the
Oh,
man.
pressure.
Who's
Oh.
fudge?
I'm here for one reason and one reason only, to promote my shit, and then I'm getting out.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you? Is that a Perfect Strangers? Do you have a Perfect Strangers podcast?
No. It's just something that we homage a lot on the channel. It's a big part of the channel. Like y'all know, like I'm talking about my own shit. Haj Galashi, which most people probably know me from the We Need to Talk About Ween show, which was on that channel.
Are you coming out of retirement anytime soon?
Not for that anytime soon. We do stream on Twitch though, which is why I have all this fancy setup.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Monday and Thursday we do like.
Tell us a little bit about the program, Hoozle Fudge.
Yeah, it's like a talk show on Monday. We just kind of talk about news, things that's going on, just silly shit. Thursday, we've been doing interviewing people, and then randomly we will stream some games because that's what Twitch is all about, right?
It is. What games are you playing?
I'm playing Red Dead online because I like to be a cowboy.
The second one?
Yeah.
You know that Will has a voice in there.
What? I didn't know that.
Will has a voice.
I'm in that video game.
This is
Now-
amazing.
No, if I signed an NDA, so I'm
Didn't we
not
talk
allowed to
about this? We didn't talk
Jesus.
about this ever on the podcast?
I don't think we ever did.
Wait, did Katie Hartman just violate a Sony NDA?
I could say legally that I was in the game. I was in a mocap suit. while playing the game myself, I did reach my character. I was unable to kill myself. So that was sad. But it was the weirdest and best acting
Oh
game.
yeah,
I
David
ever
killed
did.
you.
Yeah, you were able to kill me? Oh. And my face is also like a character's skin in the game. But I've yet to find that because that game is so it's so
massive.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go around and listen to every voice in the game now until I find you.
It's
If
really
you
like we know a lot of people in it. Like there's a lot of supervisors that we know like from New York and LA.
it was the biggest SAG production of all time.
Wow.
It cast more actors
I love the confidence
than any other
with which
project.
Will Nunziata just.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, you motherfuckers. This was
Let me
the
tell you,
biggest
I'm
SAG
part of
job.
a $1 billion video game.
Wow.
One of the
We're
big,
learning a
one of the
lot.
biggest. I'm like the Titanic of video.
Will, you can't just drop that on me. What the fuck? What? What? Like,
So if you're playing the game and no spoilers, I'm in the first scene of Epilogue 2.
oh my god.
There's a street fight between two guys, and I'm the guy who's organizing the street fight.
That's awesome. I'll try to get to that on stream this week because I haven't done a lot of the story stuff.
Yeah, and I think the actual video of it's on YouTube somewhere. I can send it.
I don't know
Awesome.
much about Red Dead other than David Carl and I, Katie Hartman's partner, played tennis. And then he's like, hey, do you want to come back to my house and watch me play Red Dead? And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool.
So you became his girlfriend for like a hot second?
But we were, it was intimate for sure. It felt intimate.
Speaking of intimate, I am going to bring in Eli Schwab.
Ooh, and Ashton and Joey, feel free to stick around if you
Yeah,
got
you can hang out or dip, whatever you guys.
No, I got my promo out of the way. I'll see.
Cut out for a good hot second. Everybody froze. What do you? I didn't hear.
Yeah, you can. We're gonna bring some more folks on, but you guys are welcome to stay or whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, hang out. We'll have a big dance party at the end.
Yeah.
What up, y'all?
I'm
glad to finally be on the show.
Yeah, man. Look, I like the setup. I like your house.
Thanks, dude. This is my office where I spend literally all of my time because I work for Apple from home. And,
Eli, where's your drawing board? Do you have a drawing table?
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here.
Oh my
That's
God,
my drafting table there.
Why don't you tell everybody what you do in the Ween world, and where they can find it?
You just left.
Bye.
I am part of. I publish the Ween Zine, and I've organized 5 issues of the Ween Zine, and I'm trying to work on number 6. But in the meantime, from doing that, I started basically my own publishing house, Killer Comics, Killer Books, where you too can have your own killer book.
Sweet.
And
where do I sign? Tell me where to sign.
I've been publishing a lot of underground fan comics and shit. I did this Ninja Turtle Vikings comic where all these different artists basically harvesting the fan bases of shit that I like. So I am very passionate about the shit I like. So I move in and harvest.
Yeah.
Activity.
I like that it goes Ween, and then a huge step up to Ninja Turtles. I don't know what the next subculture is.
Well, I already did another subculture. There's a YouTube channel called Cartoonist Kayfabe about comic books, and they cover Wizard magazine. And so I published this 250-page Wizard magazine riff with a bunch of comics and actually a bunch of artists from the Ween Zine, which is cool. Crossover there.
Schwabi, you're
wore my
working hard
special
out there.
shirt here today that is from the Grant Rosemarin collection. This was his actual shirt.
God. All the tapes, the early tapes. Yeah.
He was printing these for a while.
That's so amazing. That's I feel like your passion, if everybody had just a little taste of your passion, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, I mean, I just love stuff a lot, so I try to do as much as I can with that.
Yeah, I think love is a good thing unless it causes you to stalk somebody and scalp them.
Right. Yeah, I had to move past that in order to succeed.
Glad.
Yeah. Schwab, my wife knife is like a huge art book, like snob nerd. Like it's our the spaces in my apartment are very well curated with fucking very specific books. But she fucking lets she rocks the Weenzine, like
sick.
prominently displayed. That cover artwork. She's like, what? One day she was like, what is this? I was like, that's the fucking Weenzine wife knife.
Is that this issue that you have?
Yeah,
the one that you guys
my
are in.
wife.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
My
it's
wife.
right up, dude.
You notice that this artist James Stanton put all it's mac and cheese in the background.
Oh
He
shit.
used the
Oh,
photo
that's
of
sweet.
mac and cheese for like the texture of that shit.
Sick.
That's very cool.
James the Stanton Nartunes on Instagram.
One of my favorite things about the whole entire Ween community is that everyone seems to be a maker and a creator in some way. And
So much creativity.
I think that comes from the band in some freak way. It's inspiring.
Well, it's not
to
a normal
everyone.
band with normal songs that a
Right.
normal person can just be like, oh, they're fun. It's like
Dude, it's
complex, crazy, everywhere, and so then they attract.
They use such
It's crazy
imagistic.
everywhere.
There's crazy fan, but it's like really imagistic language, like that. Like
Oh,
really,
yeah.
the language really lends itself to fucking creating shit. I think.
I'm dropping in another maker. I like
Yeah.
the word.
Do it.
Just I got Jay Hunter
I knew-
coming in right now.
Oh, this I am
He's
so
from
excited.
Pod Ween Satan.
Podween Satan.
What's happening, guys?
Jay
Yeah.
Hunter,
Welcome.
it is so nice to meet you. We have a mutual friend in Chris Grace,
Yes.
and I have a question for you. First of all, Jay, I love your podcast. It's
Thank
the
you.
only podcast that I've continued listening to during this COVID break.
Thanks.
And
That
a
sucks for me,
year
too.
ago, Chris Grace sent me this photo from a set. Is this
Oh,
by
yeah.
any chance your rig?
Yeah. No, that's our. I work on a show called Superstore. It's like a half-hour comedy show on NBC, and Chris is one of the
I
actors on it.
auditioned for it. Didn't get it.
Yeah.
Keep on trying.
Friends.
Trying. But yeah. So I'm the cinematographer on that show, and I direct as well on it. But been on it for like 5 years, and so we get bored on set, and that is actually I think that's the main Video Village cart, and so people put stickers on on everything, like all over the set. Eventually everything's covered in stickers, and so I bought a bunch of Ween decals and stuff and just put them all over the set. So that's one of my additions.
Yeah, he said I think it was one of his first days on set. He sent me that. It's like there's a Ween fan here, and then it turns out a year later, yeah, you also do a Ween podcast. I mean, like we're all in this beautiful little world of Ween, and I wanted to introduce you to Paul because I think you guys would really hit it off because you both went to college together. Did you know that?
Really?
I mean, I actually knew that we had slept together, so this is a little embarrassing.
Well, it was a while ago, and we partied a lot. So like, I wouldn't doubt it.
You lived in Hallett, right? Hallett Hall.
No, I lived in Williams Village actually.
Oh, shit. You know what? I'm thinking of somebody else actually. You look like a lot of dudes.
Awkward.
You look like a lot of dudes from Hallett and Shiho, actually.
Yeah, well,
these are all very specific dorm room jokes for Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
That's great.
I graduated in 2001. So
Me too, brother.
Yeah. So I'm sure we bumped into each other. Were you in the film department, or where were you?
No, I was around several departments. No, I was not at all. I was a fucking U.S. history major. That's the department I was in.
Well, once you described yourself as half jock, right? You were half
Not
jock.
in college. In high school, I was like jock stoner, but in college, I was just. I would toss a beer or whatever, Nunziata. No, I did take one film class called Darkness on the Edge of Town, that was about film in suburbia, and it was like I saw so many of my favorite movies in that class. In that class, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it was a nice little film department. The guys from like Trey Parker and Matt Stone came out of that film department. And
I lived in their
Wow.
house years later, like several years later. Apparently, we lived at 1327 Pine Street, like right off Pearl. And the old house did not belong in like amongst all the nice houses. And our neighbors fucking hated us, but apparently it was Trey and Matt's house. I've heard.
I'm gonna bring in more. We have too many awesome people. I'm bringing in. Let's Jen and Hill.
All right, Ashton, what's your cat's name?
It's Kitty. Oh, she's angry. She's like, why are you fuck off?
I get it. Wait.
Hi. What's up?
How's it going?
It's fucking terrible. How are you?
They put us together because we're ween besties.
Exactly.
No, you know.
Did you know
He's
when
hot.
Hillary went to the Halloween shows in Chicago or in Denver last year? She dressed as me.
I was Jen for Halloween.
That's
and it was
amazing.
tits. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
I
How
had
did you
everybody-
guys originally meet? At a Ween show?
At the Brown Bash.
What was the brown
Somebody-
bash?
Yeah, somebody threw Rick Suarez threw a party in Cleveland before the reunion and had Mang, which is a cover band,
Mhm.
and
A sweet Queen cover band.
oh, they were fantastic. Yeah, and we met there and like kind of sort of talked a little bit, and then we met at the reunion more. And I met Hillary at the reunion, and then we tried to drive up a mountain in a really small car with like way too many people.
I thought we were gonna die,
It was pretty rough.
but it was great. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, that's the beginning of a lot of Ween adventures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And I have to say, you both were so welcoming and wonderful. When I first met you guys, when we first met you guys,
On the
I
boat.
drink what?
On the
Yeah,
boat.
on the fucking boat.
Joey.
You and Joey
but-
said that you were titans of the internet.
Yeah.
Of course, that's how Will introduced himself.
I believe we're proving
I
that
will.
right now.
Tighten up the- Yeah, Joey was brilliant. Look at that microphone in green
Honestly,
screen.
though, like
Yeah.
when I walked onto that boat with Joey, I've never seen Joey so excited to meet anybody. He's like, "Wait, Will's over there.
Oh, that was the first thing I had to do. It's like, we got to go find Will.
We gotta find him."
I was equally as excited to meet Joey. And that beard grows so fast, Joey.
A bit, yeah.
I know.
And that boat night was one of the best, most fun nights one of the best adventures ever.
Agreed.
We talked about missing hugs. I have to say, two of the better hugs I've ever got. I mean, at the Capitol Theater shows, Evan's first show, Katie's first show.
Mhm.
There was like, I just remember like huge hugs. Like,
Yeah.
we were hanging out. It was like,
Jen gets the best hugs out of anybody in the world.
yeah, no doubt. That's
Like,
a thing.
hands
Thanks.
down. That's part of my
How does
Halloween
Eli have
package,
that?
Like, you know,
Yeah,
I
how
dressed
does
up
Eli
like
have the
Jen for
photo?
Halloween, but the whole gig was like I had to fucking give you a huge hug and then take a picture with a disposable camera.
With a disposable camera. And I wanted to tell Eli that one of the episodes of the Ween Zine had like 20 pictures from my disposable camera. And I was like, yes!
Oh wow.
If you take good photos, I gotta include them.
Fun fact, in this photo, I'm playing air guitar to Heavy Things studio edition, studio version by
Oh
Fitch.
yeah, you can see it on your face, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing the ooh ooh. I'm about to get into the ooh ooh wah wahs there.
Then Jimmy
You
in the
got the tray
background.
face.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm bringing in Daniel right now. Let me see.
Oh man.
Spampanato?
Yes.
Now we're doing a part. Now it's a party.
Oh,
Now it's a party.
So
Daniel, welcome.
Fucking many.
Halloween, Halloween.
The best. The best.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah,
There
welcome.
he is.
This is the first
Dad, first time calling. Where you calling from, Dad?
What's up?
Where you calling from, bud?
Claude's house. Fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everybody?
Yeah.
Good. We look alike today, Daniel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I know that's right. Daniel, how are you, brother?
I'm doing okay. All I want to say is all these Ween tributes don't got shit on a guacamole hat.
Oh, shit.
Respect.
We gotta have another. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, nice.
Union tour.
That was such a treat that night. And then they closed with it that night too, right? The
I
same
know.
night.
Yep, yep.
They really did.
And that was the first time I met any of you guys and got on another live thing you've done.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gave us our fan request on that episode that Evan pretended to hear
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
That was a top-notch production. That whole
Yeah.
thing was.
Yeah.
I maybe don't remember it very well.
Yeah. You did not prepare well for the
It
live
didn't
show.
sound great, but it was great times. Daniel, first of all, we just want to thank you very. Daniel made he was like, hey, can I and this isn't a pitch in any way, right? Like this was. Daniel was like, hey, can I help support? Do you guys like you guys are doing these shows, like a Venmo? And I was like, do not Venmo us. You should not Venmo us. Do not Venmo us. And he was like, no, I'd like to you guys provide a thing that I think is really, we were like, all right, we're just gonna spend it on sticker, whatever. We're gonna and Daniel he Venmoed us against our insistence, and I just wanted to thank him very much. It was so sweet.
Thank you so
We're
much.
gonna we're gonna
Thank
do
all
some
you
shit.
guys so much. I mean, in these times, it's so great to have content, stuff to laugh at, and people to play music. It's just so important, and I'm glad I could do any little part.
Daniel, I want you to check out Jay's podcast. Jay, could you just give yourself a good plug and a quick description of what your show is? Because it's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, my podcast, it's kind of a new one. I just started it about less than a year ago. It's called God Ween Satan. And the conceit of the podcast is that we're just going through, the co-host and I, Andrew, are going through every Ween track on all the studio albums and kind of doing like an episode where we just analyze each individual track. So, like for the big songs and the small songs alike, every track gets its own episode, and it varies, in terms of how long the episodes end up being. Some of the songs warrant more discussion than others, but it's
I started catching up on that. You guys did the special flying him out to Denver, right?
Yeah. Andrew Hayworth, he's a younger guy, and I've been seeing Ween since 93 or something. So I'm kind of the old man of the two, and he's the young buck. He's in his early 20s and just kind of recently got involved with Ween and became obsessed with Ween, but he had never seen a show before. And so when we started doing the podcast,
I'm the young buck. I'm the young buck of our group.
Yeah, exactly. You need that little variety, to mix it up a little bit. But so Andrew, so that we kind of integrated that into the podcast, we started making it, and then all of a sudden the Mission Ballroom shows came up, and so we flew out there. We did a little kind of bonus episode talking about it and stuff. So, but the main crux of the podcast is we're just going through and just digging deep into each individual track. The main reason of doing that is that I feel like we've all been, we've read a lot about Ween, and we watch a lot of stuff about Ween, and we're obsessed about Ween, all of us, but when we talk about their music, we tend to focus on the gems or the highlights of their albums, and so I thought it would be kind of interesting experiment to kind of just force yourself to some of the tracks that you might skip over if you're listening to it at home, just dig in and really tear those all apart. And we've been finding kind of cool cool hidden message, or just motifs, things that tie the songs together, but just by doing that. So by forcing us to just dig in and talk about each track individually.
Jay, the more I hear you talk, the more convinced I am we slept together in college.
It's Austin,
I'm very charming.
It's
I don't
Austin Matoka time right now.
Oh my goodness!
Right now.
Show celebrity.
There he is.
Talk
Austin
about
Matoka.
fucking honor roll. Talk about a 3.5. I heard recently that Austin may have received some honors.
Yeah, I was accepted into National Honor Society.
Yeah,
buddy.
That's pretty cool.
Congrats.
Great.
This is like it's kind of surreal. It's like giving a presentation for school. I'm up in front of all of you guys, and I'm just not used to anything. This is my first Zoom meeting because our school didn't really do anything like that. We got weekly assignments, and I was just like, that's fine. But I haven't been.
You're the smartest in your class, right?
In terms of class rank, I think I'm 4 or 5.
Wow.
You're the coolest in your class, though,
Fuck
because
yeah,
you listen
man.
to Ween.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
You're the only one of Nunziata's intern that survived.
Yeah. I have a feeling that you stabbed the rest of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Props. You gotta get to the top of the ladder somehow.
I guess I'm the biggest fish of all the interns because I'm the only one.
The boy who lived. The boy who lived.
Austin and I, we hung out at Red Rocks.
Yeah, it was great.
With your old man. Did your old man drove you out to Red Rocks, dude? What a fucking cool dad. How's your dad doing?
He's doing great.
Good.
He's still working. He's technically an essential worker. He's been working this whole time.
What's he? Do you mind if I ask what he does? Like, you don't.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of a personal question.
He's a loader driver for like. He was a concrete mixer driver, but now he drives a loader, but still does the same sort of stuff.
Right.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, he's driven us to he's driven me to Red Rocks once because we have family there, and then last time at Red Rocks, it was me, him, and my sister. We were able to drag her along too.
And Austin, I enjoy like seeing your Facebook feed because you're like what, 16, 17 years old?
Yeah.
And you're like getting into like the violent femmes hard right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's like the exact age that I got into the violent femmes real hard.
They're
was like 16,
fantastic.
17.
Hey, Austin, look into your future.
Yeah, this
Austin,
this is where it leads.
Austin, you look
Study
like
finance. Study finance.
Austin, you look like you shave. Have you considered a Harry's razor? Harry's weed.
If you buy enough Harry's razors, we can get a hot tub for Joey.
Whoa.
Oh.
That sounds like a great idea.
Do it.
Hey, coming in is Mel Gilmore.
Mel Gilmore.
Shit.
Oh my God.
Hey, Mel!
There she is.
Working?
Yeah.
There you go. It's working.
Oh, hi guys. How's it going? This is my first Zoom meeting also. It's a little intimidating.
Oh, well, this is a big one. This is a
We on the live feed, are we all just on the screen together right
No,
now?
whoever's
it looks great.
Yeah.
Whoever's speaking shows up on my main screen, but everybody's at the top.
Oh, you can change it to gallery view
How do I do
instead
that?
of.
Oh, really?
Go gallery.
Oh, okay, so it looked like I want that. I don't know how though.
Are you on a
Most
computer?
Zooms don't
I
stream
love
to
Yeah, I'm on a laptop.
content teaching Zoom.
Oh, I see it. Okay, no, oh my God, it's like the Brady Bunch. I love it.
Yeah.
It is.
Perfect.
So Mel, where are you zooming from?
Ottawa.
Ottawa. How is Ottawa handling this whole Corona pandemic? And what is your favorite Ween song?
My favorite Ween song is The Mollusk, and Ottawa's handling it pretty well because it's where our government is, and yeah, they threw down some regulations pretty quickly. And
Must be nice to have a well-working government.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to like. It's crazy how much like they rolled out some like $80 billion plan to just pay everybody like constantly. Like it's like I almost feel like just like I don't need to pay.
You looking for a wife?
Sorry?
You looking for a wife?
Oh yeah, totally. I'll marry you, and I'll marry all y'all.
I would, that's a big television show idea is if Katie Hartman and David Carl somehow both marry into Mel Gilmore's life into Ottawa. I would watch that program.
Yeah.
I like it.
Next week on Into Ottawa.
Mel, I saw you posted another song not long ago. You really, what a voice, Mel Gilmore. Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, thank you. It was nerve-wracking, but it's good. It's good. It's been rewarding just learning now, to play. So
It's great. Hell yeah, keep posting them.
You're great.
Yeah, keep posting those. We have the lovely Echo Barrett about to join right now.
Mikey, you're doing a great job. By the
I'm
way.
trying. This is wild.
You're managing so well.
There's a lot of people here.
There's Echo.
Hello.
Whoa.
Hey,
All the way from Oregon. How you doing?
It feels crazy because I feel like I just saw so many of you.
I know, right?
In New York in mid-February. Like it's so it feels crazy. Like
I almost bailed on that show because then I realized that they were going to be playing Vegas, and I was like, well, Vegas is closer and it's going to be a 3-night run, and then I'm not going all the way to the East Coast. So I was like, maybe I'll skip it. I'm so glad I didn't.
So glad.
Like,
I know.
I would have missed my last chance to see Ween until 20, 21. Who knows?
You're
You know?
probably in this video, Echo. This is the mosh pit at Terminal 5 during.
Oh yeah, you're
Touch My
definitely.
Tutor.
I know where.
I was
know
right
where-
up front.
Yeah. Well, you're right over. I think you're right over Will's left ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah,
you're right in that
Will.
general. No, Will, you
Yes.
fucking Will. I just use you as a fucking point of demarcation. You fucking
All right,
move.
sorry.
Well, it's funny because you guys told me later that you could see me because you guys were up top. And I had run into Katie in line. So I looked back and I saw Katie and I was like, oh, I think I know that person. And then I was like, oh, it's Katie Hartman. And I had like a whole like fangirl moment. But then I like looked over and I was like, oh shit, it's Paul too. And then you're like, and producer Mikey. So I had no idea what he looked like. He just like,
No one does.
Still
No one does. And no one ever will.
and then well,
No
and then
one
so
ever will.
and then I was like, I have these earrings, and I was like, oh, I wanted to give you a pair, and then I like thought maybe I had pins for Paul and Mikey, but I didn't. I did not.
It was so nice, and those earrings are so beautiful, and like I mean, it was just so nice. Like it was, I don't know. I was thinking about those nights and like doing this thing tonight, and like how much fun we had, and those were like David's first Ween shows, and like he just like had
Aw.
a good time. And it was Ashton, were you gonna say something about?
I was gonna say that, I mean, well, that Terminal 5 show is definitely like by far one of the most fun Ween shows that I've been to in a while. Just like it was very like, it was a dancey show. Like everyone was dancing, and like it was, the vibe was just like 100 all the way through. And I want to ask how you were doing on Saturday night, Will, because I ran into you many times upstairs and you were having a great time. I just want to see how your night was.
Oh, you hit him at the time that he was having a great time, because 2 minutes before the great time was a bad time.
Without getting into specifics, I went to a
Well,
place
get into
that
fucking specifics.
Well, we saw Paul's after.
I did something that I did something that I've never done before, and I've done a lot of things, and this particular thing brought me to a new planet. And I probably announced it to every single person that I spoke to that night. And I remember fractals.
Was it Jesus Christ? Did you allow Jesus Christ in as your personal Lord?
Yeah, I welcomed Jesus into my heart, and it produced the greatest Ween song.
Built a Tylenol.
I'm gonna welcome in Brian Costello to this party.
Oh my!
Brian Costello, you
fellow New Yorker.
We got you.
Wait, before we
hey.
move on, can we like rotate back really quick to the beginning, because I went back and listened to the first podcast again today, and I want to know what your problem with the fucked jam is, Katie.
Oh,
great question, Echo. That's a hard hitting. Yeah.
I don't really want to hear. Like, I mean, like I was like,
there is something
she wasn't
about
my favorite.
I will get into it. It'll be really quick, and then Brian, I'll pass the torch to you. There is some quality of that song and that track and I texted this to them today, that pierces me in the back of my and it makes me.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right.
Makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me like, it makes my nerves go itchy, and I can't, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it can. Sometimes it sounds like a dentist drill at the back of your head.
Yeah,
that's the fun.
I mean, I like it, but I understand.
No, yeah, there's something. I know I need to like learn how to. I need to learn how to be okay with being uncomfortable.
Well, that's definitely
a good teaching moment.
That's not a good level of discomfort, though, Katie. That's like ice picks in your ears.
The fuck jam is a good gateway drug to feeling uncomfortable.
Stop.
It's for your personal growth.
It's like that.
Brian Costello, what's going on in New York City, man? What's going on in Hell's Kitchen?
It shut down. The whole world shut down. All the crazies are out on the street constantly.
I bet.
Really?
I bet.
Although I think
Is that fun for you?
There, I think it's just that now you see them because nobody else is.
Yeah.
But I haven't been out much, to be honest, in the past 2 months. But it's It's a little weird out there.
What floor of a building are you on?
The 5th, but
Your address.
my window
Social.
faces the courtyard, so I don't really get to see everyday life.
Oh wow. Okay.
I am. So yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you know Gil? My friend Gil, he lives in Hell's Kitchen and he faces the courtyard. Do you know Gil
again?
Gil?
I think I love how you say Gil.
Yeah,
Gil. Just
Gil.
He's my bitch.
Gil?
He's around my neck.
Yell out a window.
You should just find Gil. Yeah. You should find Gil in Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen's Gil.
Yeah. I'll just roam the streets.
Sleeps all
He's
night,
probably
I heard
screaming on the corner right now, Gil.
He's saying, Brian.
I don't know how many people listened to the Eric Slick interview, but it was so fun. He was so nice. But then, like, at one point, I asked him if he'd been to a specific bar in Philly because I thought he still lived there. We were like, what a dumb question. After we were talking around afterwards, like,
I should have cut that whole thing out.
You ever been to Liberty Bell? You live in Philly. Yeah. You ever had a cheap?
Right now, I am bringing in Becky Poole.
Oh boy. And
Wait,
thanks
Paul,
to
Katie, do you know
everybody-
Becky?
Yeah, Austin, those are great glasses.
Hey.
Okay.
Unmute. We're all there. It's my body and my voice. Hi.
Yeah,
It's almost
Becky.
like we're all at a concert, except not.
This is like the most fun I've had in 3 months. I love you all. Fuck, yes.
Wow, great. Yeah, Becky, don't ever stop.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm is what's getting me through my whole day.
Check out the Ween Zoom exchange.
Yeah.
Real. And amazing.
I had like I prepared like a billion stories. I was like, which one am I gonna tell?
Tell
My fiance?
me why you love Ween and what your favorite Ween song is.
I can't. It's the picking babies thing, but we'll try. Buckingham Green is a standout because I saw them perform that at Bonnaroo and my fucking head exploded. So that's a real good one. But also, I just really like pretty much everything on the Mollusk. And then, shit, it's hard to pick. I will say,
Becky, you're doing so good.
I know. I feel like I'm riding a roller coaster. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
No shoulds and no apologies.
Exactly. I even fucking thought that and said that and agreed. Lenny Bruce said, "Don't shit all over yourself," or whoever fucking quoted Lenny Bruce to me. But I love. So I am a new listener to the podcast.
You know Will though? Do you know Will?
Yes.
Like
way back in sketch comedy world during like Sketchfest and NYC. Yeah. Oh my God. And that is a very like good wean time for me. Cause my fiance, who was just my boyfriend at that time, we had a fake little wean cover band called Ubervoos that we did. Cause I play the saw and he plays the guitar and the accordion. And we did Freedom 76 at Sketchfest NYC. We played it at the Craptacular, which, oh my God, you guys, Sketch Nerd Fest.
Wait, Becky, what group were you in?
I was in Meet and Becky and Noelle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I came up right like after you. Like I saw Meet's show. Oh gosh, when you guys did like a reunion show, I guess maybe.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You only caught him on the reunion, the big cash grab.
I was coming up. I will also tell you that my sketch group, Skinny Bitch Jesus Meeting, did not get into Sketchfest that year. No, I think any of the years they weren't. Guys,
but I remember you grew. Let's talk about sketch comedy failure.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, that skinny bitch Jesus Meeting.
Becky Poole came up and I was like, yeah, Becky Poole. I totally know that name. And now it's all coming. Now
Becky on Facebook, like a couple weeks ago, was like, "Hey, what podcast should I listen to?" And I was like, me. Hey, do you like the band Weed? Check out this podcast. And she did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now she hates Evan.
Will, did you plug the Harry?
I do.
Or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring in. We have two more. We gotta bring in Darwin right now.
Yeah, the man, the myth.
Yay,
Sorry, it took a minute. We have one more after that.
Yay, Darwin.
Doing great, Mikey.
Yay,
Yay, Darwin.
Can we see
Dawn, I want to publicly thank you for on this last run of shows, recording and streaming these shows. That it saved my ass so many nights in the city of when I just needed to relax. Thank you.
It was no problem. Seamus wasn't there, and he used to always be the streamer. And so I figured I was right on the rail. I might as well try it, and people liked it. So I just kept going with it. So you're welcome. No big deal.
What a
I
service.
tip my hat to you for doing that because I don't know how you do it, man. That's a whole other level.
He did Connecticut too.
You're dancing the whole time.
Well, and the last night I was actually I was up. I just attached it to like the railing, and then Ashton and I ran all over that venue. We were on the top, like on the ceiling, smoking at one point, and then we were down in the dance area, and then we went to go visit Will a couple times, and we go back to our homies on the second floor, and we were just all over that night. So it was fun hearing you guys all talk about it because Will, you were having a great time.
Oh yeah, that was the best night at the shittiest venue. Like I disliked Jump on a Vibe, but it was such a fun night that I really don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know how there's a video of me doing like a bunch of gas in front of a Mercedes dealership, but we can't get the real fucking scoop on what drugs Nunziata was doing.
It was something called sass that a guy from work gave me, and I lost my mind. Does anyone know what that is?
Yes.
Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, so that's what I.
You were happy and steady.
It's like attitude.
Yeah, but I will say he went through a good amount of time. And there's, I think, pictures of this where he was just like this.
The only thing that brought me out was when they started playing LA Woman. That's the only thing that brought me out of wherever I was going.
They started that in Columbus. I thought I was going to lose my shit when they started that in Columbus, and I did lose my shit.
Then exploded when they played that in Columbus. She literally.
Yeah, The Doors is my number. That was my gateway to really loving music.
Me too.
The Doors. And then there was Ween.
There's never been another band.
The funny thing about that second night too, running around with Ashton, she had the set list, a picture of it on her cell phone, on their cell phone. So they showed it to me, and I kind of knew Mushroom Festival in Hell was coming, and so that was kind of a weird feeling of knowing like what was cheating.
It was so funny. Like I was just thinking about that, Darwin. Like I was like I also didn't know, like I was backstage like an hour before the show, and we were like hanging out and talking, and like, you know, we're like in the dressing room, and then like one of the women comes in and she's like, oh hey, here's the set. And so he's like looking at it and he's like, oh wow, okay, like we haven't done a lot of these in a while. And I'm like, did you not know what you were doing before just now? And he was like, no, he does the sets. And I was like, so you don't know? And he's like, no. What? Like, you fucking serious? Like, you don't know what you're gonna do? And he's like, well, kind of. Like, we do a sound check, but like, I don't know the full set until we get it, And
that's so funny.
30
What
minutes.
Ashton, can you give us like any insight as to like what goes on like pre-show before a Ween set? Like what do they do? Like what have you seen?
Well, it used to be a lot different. And for the majority of my life that I remember going to Ween shows, I just remember the concert. I don't really remember much of the backstage stuff, but like since he's gotten sober, like he's very much like in and out, like he doesn't really, and that's changed a bit, like as time has gone by, but like, basically they'll like, they'll get in and, they'll like do a sound check. And then I don't know what the fuck Mickey and Claude and everyone does, they all just kind of go and hang out and, fuck around and do whatever. And then they play a show and then they leave, or like, I don't really speak for the rest of everybody, I just know what Dad does.
Right.
But yeah, it's
I thought it was really.
Let's finish this party. We have one person left in the waiting room.
Done.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
He waited the longest.
Joey Kalman. Why does it keep fucking moving? Joey Kalman is coming in right now, and this concludes my.
Mikey, great job. Mikey, great job.
Great job.
For Joel,
Welcome, Joey.
Hey.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Ashton.
Oh, no.
I thought it was
where you
really
calling
sweet,
from?
Ashton, that when you were in New York, you got to deliver that Cox pin to your dad. Like, that was really special.
Sorry, you cut out literally as soon as you started talking. The whole screen froze. I was like, oh no.
I'm sorry. I was saying I thought it was really cool that you got to deliver that Cox pin to your dad in New York. Like, that was a really special interaction.
Yeah, he loved it. I mean, he explained it to him in detail, and I told him about all the little things that were. He was like, "Wow, that's fucking amazing! Like, this is, I love it. Like, I will cherish this forever. Like, I'll make sure it's in a safe place." Like, I'm like, "That's so awesome, dude!" Like, yeah, it felt really great to give him that. And Todd's, Todd. I don't have it here, unfortunately, but the pin that Todd made me is also like stunning, and
Oh, he's a master. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I wear my Todd thing every day. He gave me that one.
That's sick.
Yeah.
What's up, Joey?
Yeah, Joe
How's it going?
Common. Joe Common, you got 4 minutes. Take us home.
4 minutes. Wow, no pressure at all.
Yeah, just vamp. If you got a tight.
Oh, that
form.
ring. Yo, Eli's ring.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Poor bro. I keep getting bumped. I'm used to it.
We'll just keep asking Joe to talk and then interrupt him.
Yeah, say something funny.
I have literally nothing funny. You ask me questions.
Joe, tell me about the first time. Or Will, go. You go. I'm sorry, Will.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite Ween song and why?
Happy Colored Marbles.
Great choice.
Ooh. That bass in the chorus is just dynamite.
Tell us about the first girl you kissed, or boy, or whoever. Who did you kiss? What was it like? Where was it?
Wow.
I'm talking about a real kiss too. I'm not talking about maybe you were on like a cool trip on the back of the bus or something. I don't know, something like felt big.
It was just in my girlfriend's room at the time. It was boring.
Hold on.
And the weird thing is my wife's downstairs probably listening to me talk about this, who was not the first person that I kissed.
That would be quite a story if she was there, Joe.
Can I tell you my first kiss?
No.
I'd love to hear it, Will.
I was in 7th grade.
Was it your pillow?
When I
And
was
there was
21.
across the street, there was this foreign exchange student from Portugal. Her name was Vanda. And we watched the movie Teen Wolf in my basement. And it took me about
made up. I call bullshit.
I swear to God. It took me about 50 minutes for me to put my arm around her. And I finally did. And then we made out so hard and drool everywhere. And then we made out for an entire summer. It was, that was my first kiss. And it was
Did that happen?
the
Was
best.
that happen when Michael J. Fox was on top of the van? Is that when you laid the moves on her?
It was so late in the movie because I realized the movie was going to end soon. So I needed to make like a move fast.
So like right when he's deciding that he's going to play the game without being a Teen Wolf?
Yeah. Vanda, Vanda. Vanda, wherever you
Wow,
are.
Will, you really stole Joe's time. Well done.
Come back next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Mikey, why don't you pop up?
Yeah, Mikey.
Mikey, where you at, man?
Let me see your face.
Wait.
Can we invite Vonda for next week, show?
Yeah.
If anyone can find her, if you can find her.
Will, did you write American Pie?
That was dumb. Mikey, look
What's
how
your
beautiful
favorite
you are.
Ween song and why?
What's your favorite Ween song, Mikey?
Buckingham Green.
Oh, it's such a good one.
Yeah, because it fucks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, so
This is
Vonda-
amazing. Can anyone get like an amazing like screenshot of
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
this
get
is
one.
family.
Ready?
This is
I'm gonna take a
really
few. I'm gonna take a few. I'm gonna just keep firing.
Need my hair.
We're smiling. We're smiling. We like each other. It's been a fun trip. Now we're not so sure. This is like it's overwhelming. Now we're like
on
what are we? Katie Hartman, you directing?
Yeah, we're on
Go.
SAS now. Everyone's
Now we're
on
on SAS. Now you're on
Everyone's on
SAS.
SAS.
I can't
Everybody's
believe I
Nunziata. No,
said
you're
that.
Will
I can't believe
Nunziata
I
on
said that.
SAS. You're Will Nunziata on SAS. Everybody's Will Nunziata on SAS. Will, you're not being Will Nunziata on SAS. You're the only one who's not playing along, Will. Oh no, I stopped taking photos. All right, no, I think we're good. I think we got a bunch. Or no, and then we should do. Is there anything that I missed? I think we got it all there. Amorous. Amorous.
How do we wrap this up?
Just well, first everyone's
Hey,
amorous.
before you guys
Thank
get off,
you, Osiris.
thank you for every week doing this, because I come every Wednesday and it is definitely a highlight of the week for me. I look forward to every Wednesday just laughing at you. It's you guys put on. It's great. It's a good way to get.
Will would die if this wasn't happening every week.
Yeah, I think so.
Secrets.
Also, next
Will got out of
Monday.
prison.
Next Monday, Pet Judge starts on Amazon with Gary Busey, so make sure you watch it.
Oh, you know what? We can plug.
And watch Katie's boyfriend on Trump Lear. Make sure you watch that. It's amazing.
It's Friday.
only $12. Best $12 you're
Yeah,
gonna spend.
it's the last show this Friday. It's very good.
Do it. Sign up.
That's
The other
remarkable
thing,
people.
because I don't think that
It's so
Evan's
good.
going to be here next week. Is
Yeah, what
that
do we think of Evan? Actually,
Oh,
can we
we
all just
forgot
say
to ask
what we
about
think
Evan.
about Evan?
Where is
Yeah,
Evan?
let's run
Why
through
is
the
it-
whole list right here of everyone. What does
Yeah,
everyone
run
think of
down-
Evan?
Yeah, everyone,
What
let's
does
go
everyone
around.
think of
Here,
Evan?
we'll go around real quick.
Where
I'm
do
just
we
going to
start?
see what I see. Joe, how do you feel about Evan?
He's hilarious.
Great.
Fair.
Brian
Fair.
Costello.
Wanker.
Echo Barrett.
I don't know why he won't just accept his fate.
Yep.
Great answer.
Becky Poole.
He doesn't get it. He's
Yeah.
not gonna get it.
All He's like all of a sudden became like an In Vogue song from Becky Poole. Darwin.
Evan.
Yeah,
Fuck Evan. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Daniel Lil Wayne.
Expendable.
Ashton Freeman.
I like Evan. I don't know why I like him. It's okay.
Yeah, I like him.
We all like him. I love
Kayfabe.
we love him.
I guess I'm not caught up on something because the last I heard he liked it. Now
Yeah, he's kind of like I don't know if he's.
That's
like,
where he is. That's exactly where he is. He likes it.
Austin Matulka, same
Exactly
question.
where he's at.
Can I replace him? He's okay.
Whoa, do you want to
You
be?
love
You
Wayne
already
choice.
like Ween though.
Yeah.
You'd be an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But in terms of the arc of the show, Austin, you're pretty
Try
much
to
there.
try to convince me to like a pretty stale band like Hootie and the Blowfish.
Like fish.
Whoa, you watch your mouth, Matulka.
Wait, here's Austin stand with like the dead because that would be a great show.
They've
I've
Matulka-
the only jam band experience I have is I might go see Blues Traveler. They seem
What?
pretty cool.
I
If you
fucking
can
love
Jam band lights.
I
if
love
you
Blues
can-
Traveler.
yeah, I know. I haven't listened to much Grateful Dead though.
I think you should listen to the
Maybe
Grateful
this
Dead.
You should
is
fix
the
that.
show.
Austin,
You don't have to.
L77.
You don't
You're
have
fine.
to,
You
Austin.
don't need it.
Austin,
have
I'm gonna
to.
need Austin. I'm
Shots
gonna
fired.
send a PDF. I'm gonna send you a PDF of a contract your father's gonna need to sign for this next podcast. Mel Gilmore, same question.
Oh, Evan? I actually kind of liked his blossoming. I wanted to hate him. I really did, but he's charming. Yeah.
I have
But
a
I don't
video.
think I don't think he's super into it. I mean, not just because he's not here, but I mean, like in general, I don't think he I don't think he gets it. But
Yeah, that's funny. This is a big secret here. I'm working on a video that I asked Evan to do 6 years ago that he never did. Always working on it. And he had sex twice, and then now he's off, whatever. And so we shot some footage. Anyways, in this footage, I have Mel Gilmore saying like 4 years ago that the same exact thing, that Evan's not going to get it. Jen, same question. How do you feel about Evan Call?
I think Evan has a lot of potential, but it'd be cooler if he liked Morning Glory.
Right on. Hillary,
Everyone
same
should.
question.
I mean, it's hard to trust anyone that says they have issues with rock and roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was day
That's the
one, Hillary.
baseline.
Way to take it back to the
Yep.
very beginning. Jay, my former lover, Hunter, what do you say?
Evan, I mean, I don't know. He seems fine, right? But like, I don't know. He seems like he's kind of hating for the sake of hating, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He's the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase.
Schwabby Schwab and the cat. Schwab, what's your cat's name?
Oh, it's Raja.
you're holding pets.
He's a model.
Yeah, anyone grab
catch
your
your
pet
light.
if you'd like. We'll do another pet photo. Schwab, what do you think about Evan Kaufman?
Oh, look at that.
I mean, without him, you don't have a show.
Right on.
Totally correct.
Joey,
he's gotta hate, right? He's gotta hate.
Brought you guys on.
Joey, who's the fudge? What say you?
I think he's an absolute delight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Katie. Oh, we have Mikey. Do you have any thoughts about him?
I love Evan.
Yeah. Katie, Will, what do you think about this whole thing?
About which whole thing?
Just this whole episode. What do you make of this whole thing?
I feel so nice and warm and fuzzy.
How many Boognai would you give this episode, Katie Hartman?
45 million.
45 million Boognai. Will,
3.5.
how many Boognai, Will?
I'm giving this episode a solid 5. This has been such a joy. It's been such a joy to see everyone's faces. I would love to do some sass and rub up against all of you. Fucking weed show.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
See you in
Evan,
2021, dude.
yeah, I know. Evan, I love Evan Kaufman, but I think he has pretty horrific taste in music.
Osama.
I like Michael McDonald.
Yep.
Oh no.
Thank you all.
Thank you
What do
so
you
much
think?
for doing
Thank
this.
you.
Really the most appreciative.
Thank you
You guys
guys.
are great. Thank you so
So
much.
much fun.
You guys were awesome. You guys were so
Thanks for
awesome.
having us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
See you next time.
This is like a long, slow goodbye. What's happening?
It's always
Thanks,
like this.
guys.
It never ends well.
I love all of this. I love everything that's happening.
Will, you'll have to join some of our core